The information provided on the Forever Young Show by its host or sponsors is for educational and personal alternatives. Statements have not been established by the Food and Drug Administration. They are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Be smart and become the healthiest you. Stay tuned for the Forever Young radio show with health journalist and fitness enthusiast Carrie Nosler, who is joined by health educator and executive producer Kelly Capasola. And now, Forever Young.
Hello, everyone, and so glad you could join us today on the Forever Young radio show. If by chance you've just stumbled across our show on the dial for the first time, just to let you know, for well over a decade, our mission on Forever Young has always been to inform and educate every listener on healthier lifestyle options and good quality science-based information.
Absolutely, and learning more about the show is easy. You just visit the website. It's foreveryoungradio.com. That's foreveryoungradio.com. And also make sure that you visit the weekly highlight page. That's where you find out everything that we're going to be talking about today, the play-by-play, as they will say. And you'll also remember, hopefully, to like us on Facebook.
And you can do that directly on our homepage at foreveryoungradio.com. Now, today we're going to be discussing the importance of hormones. Hormones for metabolism, losing fat, shapely muscle tone, restful sleep, energy, mood, cardiovascular health. It goes on and on. Now, many of us are aware of testosterone and estrogen, but you don't know much about DHEA. And today we will cover exactly what DHEA is, and I think it'll shock a lot of people, as it did me, why they call DHEA the mother of all hormones. I'm Kelly Capasola, and I'm being joined by Carrie Nosler.
I thought you were the mother of all hormones. That as well. I've always had an interest in hormones and hormone functioning, especially as regards to working out. So I'm up to learning some new stuff today as well.
Yeah, and you do a great job taking care of yourself and getting on a really good regimen. That's one of the things that I admire about you most, Carrie, is that every day is a new day to make your body and your mind better.
Bringing back a special guest, Hugh Woodward. Hugh's the president of Health to Go, the maker of Twist 25 DHEA Cream. Hugh has become a subject matter expert on DHEA. He's dedicated the past 8 years of his life to studying the medical research about it and starting a company to research and develop the safest, most effective DHEA supplement that can be made and distributed. To help him do that, in 2007, Hugh started Health to Go, and the objective was to research and develop leading anti-aging and wellness products and to bring them to people conveniently and cost-effectively. Hugh is our guest today again on Forever Young. Hugh, thank you. On behalf of Kelly and myself, looking forward to talking again today about DHEA.
It's always an honor and a pleasure to be here with you all.
Oh, it's great to have you with us, Hugh. And we've talked about in the past, DHEA is definitely one of my desert island favorites. So it's always fun to talk to you and educate our listeners, some of them who've never even heard of DHEA, which is a shame, but we're going to change that after our discussion today. So if you wouldn't mind, Hugh, let's set the stage and explain to the listeners what exactly DHEA is and how it works in the body.
Well, DHEA is short for dehydroepiandrosterone, and it's a naturally occurring prohormone. It's the most abundant prohormone in the body, and one of the many things it does is function as a base building block for other smaller, more specific hormones like testosterone, estrogen, and some 50 other hormones that are smaller carbon chain molecules. The key with it is that hormones really drive so many things in our bodies. Hormones drive our energy, our mood, our muscle tone, fat, quality of sleep, mental sharpness, immune system function, sex drive, our interest in sex, and more. So important. Oh.
That's all?
Yeah.
With all hormones, I mean, we've been told repeatedly that the aging process results in declining levels of hormones, and that is probably part and parcel of what's driving the aging process. So is that the same with DHEA? Are we looking at, producing a lot more when we're younger and then seeing a decline as we age?
People make more and more DHEA from birth through about the age of 25 years old. Doesn't matter whether you're male or female. around age 20 to 25 is when, as humans, we're in our what we'd call our reproductive prime, or at our best. But then we begin to make about 2% less each year thereafter. So by the age of 35, men and women are making about 20% less than when they were in their prime, at their best. And then by age 50, we're making about half as much as we did when we were, age 25. And by the age of 70, most people are making only about 10% of what we once did.
Wow, so this brings up what Kelly and I call the I used to.
Yeah.
Everything you used to do, you don't do as well now, but does that happen the same in...
Yeah. What is it with that?
Both sexes going to experience about the same kind of decline?
Well, they're similar. Men just start to not sleep as well at night, lack energy, kind of lose that vitality, that edge, that drive, that they had. And they start to put on weight easier. They go to the gym and it's like, God, I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere anymore. This is like, what? I'm wasting my time. Women also don't sleep as well at night. They lack energy. And interestingly, a lot of women will describe it as like a loss of focus. And they feel kind of scatterbrained or blah, bad mood, not really feeling any energy. And they get hot flashes at night, a diminished interest in sex. Those are the really common things that we hear.
Well, it was interesting when you just said mood. I mean, we're talking about the kind of things that the symptoms people exhibit. I wonder if mood is also depression. Sometimes as folks get older, that can't ask you to be a total hormone expert here, but wouldn't depression also kind of figure into some of the declining hormone levels in DHEA as well?
There's a great article that I just read about that, which indicates that more than half of the U.S. adult population suffers from what they would characterize as depression. They call it midlife onset depression. And it's because of all these symptoms we're talking about, a lot of those hormone-driven, where you just start to feel kind of washed out, blah, not as good a mood as you used to have, Yeah,
and I think that's a big point. And when you were listing off some of the things, I think as we age and we go through the process, and maybe, of course, we feel differently than we were 20 years old. One, we have more experience in life. There's the positive. But our bodies are starting to slow down a little bit. And I definitely believe wholeheartedly that the hormones really affect that process. And a couple of years ago, as regular listeners know, I started experiencing those things. Low energy, the poof around the middle, not feeling focused. And it's hard to get out of that when you're in the middle of it, when your life continues to go on. You still have responsibilities as a parent. You still have responsibilities as a spouse and jobs and different things like that. So I started researching why I was feeling that way. And again, this was almost well over 2 years ago, and that's when I came across DHEA and started learning more about your product, Twist 25. So going out there and figuring out what information you can find to put two and two together can be a really good starting point to do. We also want to tell you our favorite quote. You cannot believe everything you read on the internet, quoted by Abraham Lincoln. So again, there's a lot of good information out there, and there's a lot of ill information out there. So when you are reading stuff up on some of these different hormones, especially DHEA, make sure you're looking to research. What are some of the top health benefits medical research is showing about maintaining proper DHEA levels?
There was a study that came out showing that, and this was with a large group, 2,600 men over a 5-year period. It showed a significant benefit to folks that have higher DHEA levels having a reduced risk of dying from heart disease, having a heart attack. I mean, that's big news. Conversely, said the other way, if you've got lower levels of DHEA, you have a significantly higher risk of dying from heart disease. So the number one killer in the U.S. So that's big research, very important.
Yeah, that is really, really big news because it affects men and women. Nobody is safe. That's the whole thing. And the number escalates every single year. So we have to take control and do different things in our own life to be able to make some changes. And we've also been talking a lot about the adrenals on this show. That's Carrie and I, we love talking about that topic because adrenal fatigue has just ran crazy all around the U.S. and the bad effects of too much stress on the bodies these days. We're on that go, go, go world. So when we come back from the break, we hope that you can tell us if there's any connection between DHEA and cortisol, and especially when it comes with the dealing of stress. Listeners, don't change that dial. We're going to share a lot more when we come back from the break. We'd like to encourage you to go to our website. That's foreveryoungradio.com. Again, foreveryoungradio.com. Click on the weekly highlight page. You can learn more about Hugh Woodward, and you can also learn more about Twist 25 DHEA cream, which we're going to be talking a lot more about throughout the morning. Please continue to listen. I'm Kelly Capasola, being joined by Carrie Nosler and our very special guest, Hugh Woodward. We'll be right back.
Did you know by age 35, most people start to notice the effects of declining hormone levels? Symptoms include lack of energy, less focus, decreased sex drive, weight gain, and poor quality sleep. DHEA is a base building block for hormones that keeps us feeling healthy and alive. DHEA helps men and women 35 and up to maintain youthful vigor, enhance mood and focus, and sleep better at night. Twist 25 DHEA cream puts exactly what the body makes naturally, bioidentical DHEA, on the skin where DHEA occurs naturally and can be processed. And when you feel your best, you look your best. It's the little things we do each day that make the big things happen. Visit twist25.com to learn more and order online, or call 888-489-4782. That's 888-489-4782. Look your best, feel your best with Twist 25 DHEA cream. That's twist25.com.
Oh, I'm alive.
Thank you for joining us today on Forever Young. Carrie Nosler here, along with Kelly Capasola and our special guest, Hugh Woodward. And we're talking about DHEA, and specifically today about Twist 25 DHEA cream, which we'll be getting into later on the day. But Hugh, when we were leaving, Kelly was asking you about the adrenals, and everybody knows when they feel a little whacked out and under stress for too long a period of time that something is really going on, and apparently it's the adrenal glands that are taking the brunt of this whole thing. So does DHEA play a role here in helping people handle stress and the byproduct of stress, which happens to be cortisol? Does it play an important role?
DHEA and cortisol are made by the adrenals. Just as we make less and less DHEA as we get older, we were talking about we make about 2% less each year, we make more and more cortisol as we get older. Stress, poor diet are some of the reasons for that, but stress is in all of our lives, especially the go, nonstop people like you and Kelly and I, just always under stress, right? And all of our listeners out there have the same lives and experiences, I know. But people begin to feel this sort of lack of energy, feeling bloated and tired, gain weight more easily, don't sleep as well at night, sort of feel tired. A lot of people have put the name adrenal fatigue on that. And DHEA turns out only substance in the body that counterbalances the negative effects of too much cortisol. If you maintain your DHEA levels, it really noticeably makes a difference.
You talked about gaining weight as well, and I think cortisol is involved in that whole weight gain process, so you can kind of see the connection here.
And also, DHEA helps with that metabolic efficiency, if you want to call it that. And so it helps us to burn energy we eat rather than storing it away as fat, which is frequently what a high cortisol level is associated with. And you want to have DHEA levels about 10 times what your cortisol level is to really be feeling fit, healthy, go. Ratio of about 10 to 1. If you're feeling some of those things we're talking about, where you feel just kind of wiped out and blah, there's probably a good reason, and your body's telling you something.
And then people need to replace it. Again, that's what I did. I reached and I started using Twist 25 DHEA creams. When I started taking it, I started, of course, within, it was a week and a half, not even 2 weeks, where I started feeling the better energy. I started even sleeping better at night. I just felt more focused in a sense, where I didn't feel as out of control. Life can get very overwhelming when we wear all these different hats in our life and try to please everybody, and we want our families to be happy and healthy. But it seems that once we get our kids out of the house, and it should be the years where we're really excited to be able to be with our loved one and grow and relax a little bit better. And some of those days aren't as good as they should be because of that lack of DHEA or hormone changes in the body. And I think that's sad, because we work so hard to be able to enjoy that time, and that's when our body, I feel, starts failing us. So what do you hear from other Twist 25 DHEA users that you have?
Well, some of the first things that we hear women say is that they feel they've got greater sense of focus and energy. I encourage you to go to YouTube and search Twist 25 DHEA because our users have been leaving comments and videos about what it's done for them, and we're hearing from especially women. A lot of women say that hair is growing faster, their skin is softer, their nails are growing faster. Really what it is, though, is it's an external sign of something that's going on inside the body. Men they just feel leaner and fitter, have better energy, sleep better at night. That's common across the board. One of the first things men and women say is that they sleep better at night. And then you wake up and you're well rested. There's medical research that shows that if you've got a higher DHEA level, you've got a deeper REM sleep. So that explains why that would be.
Now, you've covered some great information. You shared with us just about the REM sleep and DHEA. You shared with us about the wonderful cardiovascular study that had been published. Is there anything else that we're missing that we should share with the listeners where research is showing some of the benefits of DHEA in proper levels?
Yeah, there's so much peer-reviewed medical research, excellent studies that show that DHEA helps reduce abdominal fat and improve your lean, shapely muscle tone, energy levels, vitality, mood, mental sharpness. People notice in different ways, and they characterize it in different ways as far as that. In the medical literature, it's called cognition, and so we've seen a lot of good research there that it helps support the immune system, the number of and activity of natural killer cells in the body, which are those destroyers that help defend us from diseases, cancer, the flu, common cold. DHEA helps maintain bone density. And so as we get older and we start to feel those aches and pains, that's one of those things. If you keep your DHEA levels at a good level, you're going to do your body a huge favor. Research about external things that the DHEA does is in terms of skin, softer, smoother, better hydrated skin, and that it protects skin from both UV and chemical carcinogens. Very good information. And then that it's also, DHEA is a base for sebum, which is what we know of as skin oil. And so that's important as well.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff. I love the point on bone density, especially for menopausal women. They seem to have a real issue with that. And then the immune system. I think a lot of people think about the immune system as it's winter. We need to protect ourselves against cold and flu. We need to protect our immune system year-round because there's so many different toxins in our environment without knowing it. And before we go out to the break, I just want to tell the listeners, because some of them can't listen to the entire show, today Health to Go and Forever Young have partnered up to offer 15% off your order of Twist 25. Now, that's a new addition of quantity discounts being offered on the website. You'll see $15 off when you buy a 3-pack. You can still use that code to save 15% off. All you have to do is mention the coupon code FOREVER at time of checkout, and that's when calling 888-489-4782. Again, that's 888-489-4782, or when visiting twist25.com. That's twist25.com. Really, really happy to hear for you that Walgreens Pharmacy is now also selling Twist 25 DHEA cream and some other health stores across the country. Congrats on that. And for those of you who want to learn more, you can simply take advantage of the 15% off that we offered today, or you can go ahead and buy it at the retail locations we mentioned. You can also reach directly out to Twist 25 and Health to Go and ask them where they are carried in your area if you prefer to buy at the store level. We're going to talk a lot more about Twist 25 DHEA cream and why it's preferred as a cream. Q is going to give us the 411 on that. I'm Kelly Capasola, being joined by Carrie Nosler and our very special guest, Hugh Woodward. We'll be right back after the break.
Well, shake it up, baby, now. Shake it up, baby. Twist and shout.
Regular exercise and staying healthy has repeatedly been proven to be the most important way to stay healthy. But let's face it, being an adult can be demanding and stressful. After age 35, it gets harder for people to muster up the motivation to keep the daily exercise going. Work, kids, combined with diminishing hormone levels can leave us with low energy, lack of sleep, and a poor overall outlook. After age 30, DHEA levels start to decline, which is when many adults start to gain weight, lack energy, libido, and drive. Twist 25 DHEA cream puts exactly what the body makes naturally, bioidentical DHEA, in the skin, where the body processes it. As a base building block for hormones, DHEA gives the body the foundation it uses to make hormones, especially the good ones like androgens and estrogens, the feel-good hormones. So for a little advantage, use Twist 25 DHEA cream. Make your own hormones. 1-888-489-4782. That's 888-489-4782. Or visit twist25.com. 888-489-4782.
I get wings to fly. Oh, I'm alive.
We're back with more on Forever Young. I'm Kerry Nosler, Kelly Capasola, and Hugh Woodward, our special guest today, and you're learning a lot. I've learned a lot about DHEA as well. We'll continue to enlighten you into the value of this unbelievable hormone that just is so responsible, Hugh, for just about everything else. You mentioned a couple of words here, base precursor or pro-hormone, that we need, obviously, to stay healthy, active, and happy, and produce all the other hormones that come as a result of its lead, you might say, in the body. But, studies have been done on DHEA, Hugh, and you go on PubMed, and, there's obviously many ways that DHEA gets into the body. But your whole focus has been to put DHEA in a cream, in a skin cream. So why is it that this is the focus of your attention?
Well, unfortunately, when DHEA is taken as an oral supplement, as a pill, most of it is eliminated by the liver, by what's called the first pass effect of the liver. And what does get into the bloodstream is DHEA sulfate, and though DHEA sulfate's okay, it's a good thing, it cannot be converted into free DHEA, which is what the body uses to make testosterone and hormones, the sex hormones. So people take an oral DHEA supplement and they go, this isn't working. Wait, I don't understand. If you use it as a properly made cream, it puts DHEA, what the body uses naturally, bioidentical DHEA, where your body uses it naturally, which it turns out is in the dermis. There's a lot of DHEA processing that goes on in the dermis. It's made and processed there naturally anyway. So you're putting what the body makes naturally back where we use it naturally. So you feel that. That's why. It's what the body uses, where the body uses it.
What really does bioidentical mean?
Bioidentical is exactly the same molecule that the human body makes. So it's identical. The molecular structure of what is the same. So you've heard about bioidentical hormones. When you use something that is bioidentical, you're not putting anything foreign into the body. You're putting what the body makes naturally back.
So it recognizes it as its own, so to speak.
Right. Obviously function best on what our bodies make naturally. That's why we feel such a difference compared to if you use some foreign substance that may be made from animal, horses or pigs or what have you. This is human, so it's the real deal.
It's recognizing it as part of the system, and I think that's great because when finding a product you're going to start taking, you want to make sure that you're putting in something in your body that your body is going to accept and not cause residual unwanted side effects. Now, when it comes to the Twist 25, I know I take it twice a day. And what I do is I do one pump in the morning when I get out of the shower and then one pump in the evening before I go to bed. So one full pump, isn't that about 25 milligrams of bioidentical DHEA in the Twist 25?
Yeah, the cream contains 25 milligrams. One full pump press is 0.5 ml of cream, and you're putting it on the skin. You want to put it on thin, hairless skin, like between your wrist and elbow, and rub it in. It takes about 10 seconds. Squirt it on your inner arm there, and then rub your arm in a circular motion on your side. Like I said, it takes about 10 seconds or so to rub it in. Doesn't take a lot of effort or time. But what's important is that there's no soy, no parabens, no lecithin, no cyclodextrins. It's made with coconut oil, which is known to also be very good for you and your skin. It's got coenzyme Q10 in it and some vitamin E as well. It's what your body uses. There's nothing in it that isn't there to be safe and good for you.
Great. And let me just give the number out, guys, because we're running out of time here. But just want to remind the listeners, we've partnered up with Health to Go today on Forever Young. You can get 15% off your order today, and that's in addition to the quantity discounts of $15 off when you buy a 3-pack. There's also even greater discounts when you buy a box of 12. All you have to do is mention the code FOREVER at time of checkout. That's FOREVER, all lowercase, at time of checkout, and you will go ahead and receive that discount. Or you can call 888-489-4782. Again, that's 888-489-4782. Or visit twist25.com. That's twist25.com. Now, Hugh, we only have a couple minutes left, but there's a difference in quality in the marketplace when it comes to all products. You know, I just don't want people hearing the show and going out and buying a $6 bottle of DHEA and thinking that they're going to get all the great benefits that we're talking today. I know you talked about the CoQ10 and all the great things you put in your formula, but why would they want to use Twist 25 DHEA cream against some of the other ones in the marketplace?
You get what you pay for in this world. It is not the cheapest product that's out there. There are some cheaper products out there, but you will find that this is the real deal, and it works. And it's important to make the best cream each and every day. We want it to be right. We want it to work well for our customers. That's what we do. You'll feel the difference for yourself.
So in other words, Hugh, when you take Twist 25, as you said before, you're balancing all the hormones. So all the benefits that you've talked about, I mean, they have to be available because we've slowed down the aging process, as it were.
Right. Well, it doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman. DHEA is the most abundant prohormone in the body. Since levels decline, you put it back on the skin, and it's bioidentical. It's what the body uses where we use it. And so as a result, you feel the benefit. Just give it a few weeks, morning and evening. I put it right next to my toothbrush and toothpaste, and that way I always remember to do it. I mean, it's the perfect advantage. It's very safe, very beneficial, not addictive or habit-forming in any way. Really good for you if you're 35 or older.
Hugh, always a pleasure having you on the show today. Really appreciate you joining us.
Hey, it's always great to be here. Carrie, Kelly, thanks so much. Use Twist 25 cream. Make your own hormones.
Look forward to talking to you again. And listeners, just to remind you, 888-489-4782. That's 888-489-4782. Or to visit twist25.com. That's twist25.com. And please use that code FOREVER, all lowercase. Again, FOREVER, all lowercase, so you can get 15% off your order today. And again, remember, that's in addition to those great quantity discounts. $15 off when you buy a 3-pack or if you buy a box of 12. So make sure you take advantage of this great discount.
It's no secret that during the aging process, our hormones can change. In fact, by age 35, most people start to notice the effects of declining hormone levels. Things we used to take for granted, like a positive mood, proper energy levels, a good night's sleep, and maintaining a healthy weight, have now become a daily challenge. DHEA is a base building block for hormones that keeps us feeling healthy and alive. DHEA helps men and women 35 and up to maintain youthful vigor, enhance mood and focus, and sleep better at night. Twist 25 DHEA cream puts exactly what the body makes naturally, bioidentical DHEA, on the skin where DHEA occurs and can be processed. And when you feel your best, you look your best. Visit twist25.com and give the gift of health this holiday to your loved ones. Call 888-489-4782. That's 888-489-4782. Look your best, feel your best with Twist 25 DHEA cream. That's 888-489-4782.